morning.
Thank you for coming out on this wet Monday. I see a lot of familiar faces, and I see some new ones. How many people are new here for the first time here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. All right, well, thank you for coming, and thank you for the familiar folks coming. We got one member of the current class who's here today.
2 members.
2. Oh,
Hey.
oh, 2.
Really?
I missed you. I don't think he was a class member. She's part of the infrastructure here. So, anyway, for those of you who are new, I'm going to give you a very brief introduction to what 40 Plus is about. We're an all-volunteer, essentially self-help organization, and our roots go back to 1939 when a group of businessmen in New York got together and realized that they had to try to address the problem of long-term unemployment stemming from the Great Depression. And the first chapter was founded in New York in 1939. The Washington chapter was founded in 1953 and has been running in Washington ever since. 40 Plus runs 3 different kinds of programs. The Monday morning speaker series, which Hannah organizes very faithfully, and occurs virtually every Monday except for holidays during the year, free and open to the public, addressing some topic of interest to job seekers or transitioners. We run 12 evening events during the week, during the year, and those are similar in the sense that we address topics related to job performers more than seekers, because it's meant to be a little more general and partly aimed at folks who have jobs and can make it in the evening. We have one of those coming up on the 10th this month on the subject of emotional intelligence in the workplace, so you're all welcome to attend that. There's a small charge because we have a little catering for those events. And then our main program is the job training program that we operate, and that's a comprehensive, hands-on program for the purpose of which is to teach people the skills they need in order to make a successful job transition. How to write an effective resume, how to present themselves in a short, concise way that is memorable. And we spend a tremendous amount of time working on those topics in our course. And for those who are new, if you would go in after the program and chat with Tom Goodwin, who is another great supporter and one of our longest time supporters of 40 Plus, and a lifetime career HR professional on top of it, he will tell you more about how our program works. And with that, I will turn it over to Ken, who is our Director of Partnerships and Programming, and who sets up all these good events for us, and will introduce our speaker, another longtime friend of 40
Yes, thank you, Eric. Thanks very much. I want to tell you about a couple of events that are coming up that we had on the table you may be of interest. And then for those who were here last week, how many folks were here last week, last Monday? Okay, take 2, and we're going to try to do it better this time. And I think you know what I mean. We're going to go around the room very quickly, and we're going to do introductions. And Eric's going to model for us, okay? But I just want to tell you about a couple things. If anyone's in the green economy, green jobs, green energy world, 40 Plus is partnering with leaders in energy for an event next week on the 17th on green jobs. It's going to be downtown in DC at the Sustainable Energy Utility Offices on M Street near the baseball stadium. So that's the 17th in the evening. There's a pre-event workshop from 4 to 5:30, and then there's a career fair from 6 to 8:30. So that flyer's out there. For those who want to practice your introduction, what we're going to do now in just a few minutes on 30-second, who are you, the Team A as we call it. There's another career event coming up later this month on the 23rd over in Arlington at the Doubletree. It's put on by a group called National Career Fairs, and I'll be straightforward. For the most part, it's not necessarily targeting professionals. These are targeting younger workers or folks at a different stage in their career or looking for different career paths in things like law enforcement, security, perhaps entry-level industry. But it's a great event and a great opportunity to practice, to perhaps less stressful environment, meet people, and you know how networking goes. You never know who they might know. So that's on the 23rd at the Doubletree in Arlington, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's free to participate. I think that's the last of the commercials because Eric talked about everything already. All right, so before we go around the room, I want to introduce Francine. Francine Tolson, as Eric mentioned, a longtime friend of 40 Plus, and we're delighted that she's back with us. She thrives on creating order out of chaos. by redesigning business processes to reduce costs, decrease cycle times, and realign resources. As a business process re-engineer, she optimizes people, capital, and other resources for operational elegance and excellence to exceed organizational and customer expectations. She has a strong operational background and leverages cross-functional experience and Lean Six Sigma black belt skills to determine root causes. She's currently with Gadget Space as a consultant with Gadget Space LLC, working with a variety of leading technology organizations around the country to help them improve their processes. She's previously worked at George Washington University, Ambit Energy, and UNet, and we have an emerging alumni association growing here at 40 Plus from the Darden Business School at UVA, where she did her graduate work. So we're very pleased to have Francine with us. Francine, if you don't mind, we're going to go around the room next, okay? Eric, can you demonstrate for us? You might have seen on the slides that were up earlier what we're looking for. Who you are, what's your world, and what brought you here today?
Okay. I'm Eric Herding. Most of you know me. I'm the executive director of 40 Plus. In my work life, I was a corporate finance professional. I worked in the treasury departments of large local plus companies like Lockheed Martin and Gannett, usually trying to fix up broken balance sheets. I am here today because I have to be here today. I'm executive director of 40 Plus. So.
All right, pretty good. Raymond for 30 seconds. You did okay. John, you ready to be next? Leader, stand-up leader.
I can either do my typical teammate or I can do something here for me.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right. My name is John Wilhelm, and I can predict your future with amazing accuracy. Back in 2010, I predicted an early retirement for a couple. They converted all their IRAs to Roth. Today, those accounts are up over 300%, and none of that will be subject to federal income taxes when they retire. If you know anyone facing an important financial decision related to themselves, a child, or an aging parent, please let me know. They will be happy that you were thinking of them.
Sweet, 26.8.
By the way, I'm a graduate of the course,
Yeah.
so it's a little unfair.
Again, Dawn, the simple recipe is name, profession or field, and what brought you here to 40 Plus. Ready? Get up.
My name is Dawn Howard, and my background has been in education and program management as it pertains to working with college students. I'm very interested in mentoring college students, especially those attending historically black colleges and universities. And I'm here because I drafted a marketing plan for a friend recently, and so I want to see if I did a good job with it.
Fantastic. Ooh, 24 seconds. Very fast. All right, excuse me, I can't read your name. Lynn, you're next.
Hi everyone, my name is Lynne Griffin, and my last vocation was as a special education teacher. My master's is in special education. My bachelor's degree is in journalism from Temple University. I am an older adult in transition. Prior to being a teacher, I was a export policy analyst for the Export Administration at the Department of Commerce.
Wonderful. Great. And of course, the purpose of doing this is so that you can find people in your worlds to connect with. We'll have some networking time after the presentation for you to start.
My time.
24. Excellent. All right, Gina, you ready? I want you to be a pro, Gina.
Hello, my name is Gina Manley, and I'm an events and operations guru. I have worked in nonprofit, political, and government sectors. I specialize in making your events and operations efficiently and under budget. One of my last clients, the presidential inauguration, I was able to save them over $145,000. I'm here because I believe in 40 Plus. I'm a recent graduate, and I say no matter how good you are, and I think I'm pretty good at public speaking, you could always be better.
Sweet. 30, just a little over 30. Fantastic. All right. Next.
Hi, I'm Martha Sippel, and I am in the field of international development. My positions have been in communications. I've been wearing a lot of hats in that world. And I'm at this event because I'm ready to fix myself for the next phase, and get, how do I present myself better?
Wonderful. Great. 21. Terrific. Hello, Sir Craig. Yeah?
Yes. Hi, I'm Craig Preziosa. I have spent most of my career in engineering quality and process improvement and in engineering. And for the past 5 years, I've taken a little diversion that has taken me to doing other things that are more, maybe a little more interesting, a little more rewarding, but I'd like to combine all those experiences and my previous experience in engineering and quality to get a permanent full-time position. I've mostly been consulting for the last 5 years, and I want something consistent, some place that I can go every day and be sure that I'm going to have plenty of work to do. So I would like to have a suggestion that as soon as process improvement, that as soon as person is finished, you just call out the number and we move directly to the next person.
Let's do it. 38. You're next.
Hello, I'm Ileana Mendez. I'm a graphic designer by education. Both degrees are in design. I'm a graduate and graduate degree. I have been a business owner for 20 plus years in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I moved back to my hometown of DC and taught at a university and have done some freelance work, but I am looking to reinvent myself and still trying to use my design skills in visual communication, but I would also like to have something that's a little bit more stable than what I have been doing for the last several years. So I am open to lots of ideas. So.
Great, thank you. 54. Becca, you're next.
Hi, my name is Reka Cunningham, and I am a registered dietitian with a background in food service management. And my goal, I just recently moved to the DC area. I think I'm at 3 weeks now, 4 weeks ago. So I'm trying to kind of navigate the area. I've done a lot of interviewing and human resource management in the past, so now I kind of find myself on the other side. So hopefully I can find a job soon.
Perfect. 31. Okay. Hi.
My name is Justin Levitot. I'm a professional archaeologist. I did my PhD at the University of Tennessee, and I've been working in archaeology both in academia and the environmental compliance industry for about the past 20 years. I grew up in this area. I've just moved back and found that there really is really not much interest in the past currently in Washington. So I'm looking to kind of transition using those skills that I have, research and writing and so on, to move to some other industry.
Perfect. 33. Right here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Tim Wallace. I'm a IT Renaissance man. I took a first career as a chemical engineer and went through an IT master's program to become a software developer, and then I moved into pre-sales, technology support, sales, business development, and most recently in marketing, where I put together our solution portfolios for various industries. I'm looking for someone who will pay me for that 30 years of experience in a new career. I was brought here today through a friend of mine who was a graduate of this program.
Great, thank you. 34. Hello, sir.
Hi, my name is Bosworth Dewey. I've got an undergraduate degree in environmental science and economics and a graduate business degree. I've been working for the last 20 years in the clean energy development sector internationally. Diverted off a few years ago to manage a family business overseas, and I'm now kind of focusing on renewing my interests here and getting into something more full-time. I found you guys through listservs and so forth, and references there, so I'm looking to furnish my qualifications.
Sounds good, thank you. Just 31, great. Scott?
Good morning. My name is Scott Morris. I'm a certified association executive, having worked in 3 associations, 1 state and 2 national. I am also a government affairs professional with an in-depth knowledge of state and local government affairs. I just completed the 40-plus career transition skills training course, and what brought me here today is that I could always use more constructive information about how to market myself for the job search. Thank you.
Right at 30. Thank you. Hello, which way are we going? Here, yes.
Hi, I'm Ione Swanson, education consultant, lifelong learner with a global perspective. And my specialty is K through 16 curriculum assessment, professional development, also specializing in transitions and partnerships for college and career readiness. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Right at 20. Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim Harwood. I was a long-time communications person. I was spokesman for the U.S. government's Development Finance Institution for a long time. Before that, I worked at the UN Press Office, a newspaper editor, And I've come here today because I've come to a number of these events, and I've always found them both informative and a great chance to meet people. And I'm drawn by the opportunity to meet somebody who can bring order to chaos, which is in short supply in this city.
Great. Just under 28. Ron.
Hi, my name is Ron Hebensberger, and I am an aspiring cybersecurity professional. I've recently earned a master's degree in cybersecurity from UMUC. Most recently, I worked for Bloomberg B&A Publishing, where I was a QA tester, and I'm hoping to use the skills that I developed there, where I would look for little flaws in the code and caught them early so that they wouldn't become big problems. I'm hoping to transfer that skill into cybersecurity, where I can find vulnerabilities before they're exploited by the bad guys and cause really big problems. If you know anybody who's hiring an information system security officer, please let me know. Thank you.
Terrific. 39. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Nika Trass. I started off my career in sales, marketing, advertising, mortgages, and then I transitioned mid-career into teaching, and I've taught for some years now. I'd like to transition back into the business world in maybe some kind of corporate training or a different type of corporate sales. And so my friend Lynne Marie, she told me about the program, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
We're glad you're here too. Just under 26. Hello.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Dvorak, and thank you for inviting us. I've been working for the last 14 years in stabilization, counterinsurgency, and counterterrorism. I've been since 2003 in Afghanistan and the Middle East with the U.S. Armed Forces and other players. And I'm transitioning back to this space and looking at what opportunities may be available with the federal government or other defense contractors. And because I've been working in dark and sensitive spaces, up until now I haven't had a LinkedIn profile and all of this, and I'm looking for someone that might want to help assist me do that for pay or exchange of services. So I don't, if anyone has that expertise, thanks. Appreciate it.
Just about 48. Up next.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bullock, and I've worked in marketing and business development for many years. First started out on the creative side, working for a photography company, and then went to the marketing side, working for a video production company, and actually using the skills that I studied for in school, and really enjoyed that, and then loved working with clients and learning about different associations and causes, and finding out how to tell their story in a way that was compelling. And now I'm looking forward to possibly finding a gig at one of those types of organizations.
Terrific, thank you. 36. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my name is Cyril Cook, and I'm a professional fundraiser, and this charming man who is taping the meeting, Jim Chamberlain, suggested I come here, and I love it, okay? It's very inspiring, and it's very uplifting, and I love the encouragement everybody gives each other. Thank you.
Thank you all. Just got 17 seconds. So Francine, I hope that, I'll fix this. I hope that was helpful to kind of give you a map of who's here. All right, so I'll turn it over to you.
So a couple things based on what y'all are saying, knowing a couple events. There's a event this Wednesday at, you'll find it on Washington Networking Group. If you just Google Washington Networking Group, and it's a regional event, not a WNG event, it's a regional event. And it's for government contractors to get to hire folks. If you register today, it's only $8. It's in Roslyn. It's an evening event, I think 5:30 to 8:30. So I recommend that to anyone who's interested in government contracting and getting hooked up, so the cybersecurity folks. Who else? If you would, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Ron.
Ron. I have a Women in Technology PowerPoint that was delivered a couple years ago, but it's still relevant today on cybersecurity with all kinds of information and resources. So if you email me, I'd be happy to send it to you. For those in the public sphere, there's a website called DCLinkTank. If you Google DCLinkTank, exactly how it sounds, DCLinkTank, it is a website that lists events from different think tanks, research organizations, etc., DC is ground zero for all this kind of folks, Hoover, Enterprise, Urban Institute, Brookings, all of that. It lists events. The reason why I mention it is it's a great networking opportunity. It deals, the presentations from these various organizations deal in public policy, everything from domestic to global, cybersecurity, poverty, environment, etc. A lot of the events are free, and organizations will allow their employees, during the business day, will allow their employees to go during the workday to hear these speakers and presentations and panels and press briefings, etc. If the subject is your interest, it is a great networking opportunity because it's birds of a feather. You're going to meet people there who are employed and who are in your sphere. So it's a great opportunity to meet people who are interested. And I've gone to events just because they sounded interesting to me and I've enjoyed them. One even provided box lunches, which I was just amazed at. There is a fee, monthly fee to be able to access the website. It's fairly nominal. I suggest you try it for a month or two and see if it yields something for you. So with that, I'm going to start. This workshop was born out of a request from the leadership of Career Network Ministry of the McLean Bible Church because they felt that having a marketing plan was more important than a resume. The marketing team, of which I'm a member, there were 3 of us who developed this. We've been presenting this workshop for 7+ years, every month on the second Tuesday of the month. So tomorrow I'll be presenting it at CNN. I will show you how to download the presentation. We've tweaked it since, and we can't upload to Meetup anymore. And there's also a companion workbook that we developed that takes you through each step of a marketing plan that you can download in PDF form and print out and use. There's also a template. I'm going to circulate a sign-up sheet if I send a follow-up email to every participant who signs up with further information, and I will attach the Microsoft Word template for the marketing plan for that. So if you want that, please sign up. Please, please, please print and use caps. Every time I give the workshop, at least one person has an undeliverable email because I couldn't decipher what their email address was. So please, please do that. So I'm just going to send this around and I'll collect it at the end. One for that side and one for this side. Okay, so who here has been in marketing before or sales? Okay, who believes they're in marketing or sales now? Everybody raise their hands. Because you are all in the business of marketing yourself to prospective employers and then selling yourself in that interview. So the agenda, what's a marketing plan?
This is
or
descending.
Keys of marketing.
This is ascending.
Why have one?
Okay. This is
How do I use
tape,
it?
no tape.
How does it differ
And
from
this
resume? And then we're going to go through a sample marketing plan.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you very much.
What's marketing? I'm going to start off with a definition. The relevant, really important words are in bold and in caps. It's about communicating offerings that have value for customers. You are the product. You have to understand your value, and you have to be able to communicate that to prospective employers and in networking. A marketing plan really is a proactive approach to your job search. If you are spending much of your time at your PC just filling out job applications and sending your resume, you are not using your time wisely. Why do I say that? Statistics show that 2% of job openings are filled by online job applications. 2%. So if that's where you're spending all your time and efforts and energy, you're not going to get very far. So the marketing plan is an alternative approach. It's proactive and it has several elements to it. It's a self-assessment guide. So it takes you through the steps of really doing what I call deep navel gazing, to look at yourself, what you offer, what your uniqueness is, what your personal brand is, what you can promise that you'll always deliver to an employer. It's a market analysis guide to identify potential companies that need your skills, and then to determine the fit and to validate that as a target company. If you look at Glassdoor and you find that the median age of a company is 28, how well do you think you're going to fit there? Not great. You're going to be viewed as the old geezer. Trust me, I've kind of been there. Not with millennials, but even with people in their 40s. I didn't watch reality TV, I didn't do gaming, I didn't do a lot of things that they did. And I was kind of on the periphery. I did not participate in many conversations around the coffee. It's also a plan for execution. Networking, networking, networking. And now you've heard that before. It is the way you're going to get your job. And your goal is to develop contact at each of your target companies. And it's also a thumbnail sketch to share in those information interviews when you sit down and have coffee with someone. The marketing plan is something that can be easily digested in about 30 to 60 seconds. It says exactly who you are, what your skills are, what you're looking for in your target companies. And as people review those target companies, they may say, oh, my neighbor works there, or my brother-in-law, or my cousin, or somebody I used to work with is now there. So it helps people help you, and that's the goal here. The other thing that a marketing plan does, that a resume, that a marketing plan doesn't do, that a resume does, is it doesn't have a veiled assumption that that person's going to get you a job. Marketing plan is about information. When you hand somebody a resume, there's almost an implicit assumption there that that person's going to help you get a job, because that's what a resume is for. Not so with marketing plan. It's information to enable that person to help you. And it's a plan that you're going to evolve and refine constantly during your job search. It's not written in stone. Okay, sounds good. What goes in it? Lee Hecht Harrison, Wright Associates, those outplacement firms that a lot of companies hire to help execs and higher level people with their job search when they've been let go, all have the same essential parts to a marketing plan. It has a professional objective. It's short and sweet. It has the titles you're seeking. It has the core competencies you offer, your skills. It has your demographic preferences and the cultural preferences of the company. And it has the list of the target firms. Not having a marketing plan. Because the marketing plan is about developing contact with each target company, and I'll share with you some tips on how to do that. Not having it, it's very easy not to have a very strong commitment and a plan of action to develop the networking contacts that you need for your job search. So it helps you. Not having one may prolong your job search. It could make the wrong job appear right. One of my colleagues who helped develop this workshop and who we take turns presenting it tells a story of his being riffed and taking the first job that came along. He was about 5 months into his job search. He was feeling a little pressure to start working again and to start earning money. He did not research the company. He didn't seek out former employees to find what it was like. It was rather small. And it turns out that the executive, the president, had a substance abuse problem and would email very toxic, and I could use other scriptures, emails in the middle of the night. Needless to say, he didn't last very long here. He left on his own accord because he was very unhappy. It was just a really toxic environment to work in. Had he done the research and vetted that company, he might have avoided that situation. So researching a company, vetting it, making sure it fits your criteria for what you're looking for, that it's the right kind of culture, is really key and important to your job search. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Or, I prefer what the Cheshire Cat said in Alice in Wonderland, If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Okay, so marketing plan is really based on 4 P's of marketing. Those of you who've been in marketing before or taken business classes in marketing will know the 4 P's. Product, place, price, and promotion. Product, assessing the customer's needs. The unique selling proposition for that product, how it's positioned versus other competitive products in the marketplace. Branding and differentiation. By the way, I will point you, as I said earlier, just to remind you, you don't need to take exhaustive notes. I will tell you where you can find and download slightly different version of this, but basic things are there. Branding and differentiation. How do they brand and differentiate their product? Product placement. What's the channel? What's the sales channel? Price. What's competitive and profitable? And for you, that means what is the median range of salaries out there? Are they looking for someone entry level, mid level, or senior level? What's the range of salary that you're looking for that a company will be able to meet? Promotion. How do you communicate your value? What you offer needs to be consistent in every marketing document you have. That means your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your marketing plan. And if you choose, whatever you choose to put on your business card. I assume everyone has a business card, or is planning to have one. Although the millennials, I'm told, don't use business cards, they just immediately connect on LinkedIn when they're with somebody on the phone. But for those of us who are older, business cards are kind of important. The same research and analysis that companies use to conduct for their marketing for new products and product launches, that same research and analysis should go into you and your job search. So let's pause and think about this. Does Mercedes typically advertise at rodeos? Okay. Let's get, that's an example. Okay, does the Ford truck go to polo matches? No. Okay. So it's really about figuring out how you show up in your networking to meet the kind of people you want to interact with, who will be able to help you, who know about jobs. So it's really about figuring that out. And that's why I mentioned DCLinkTank and some of those other opportunities. Self-assessment, your brand. As I looked over my notes from recent 40-plus events that I have attended, the marketing plan really isn't new. It pulls together many things you've already heard about here if you've attended over the last month or two. Meg Kale, using social media to build your personal brand. Allison Carty on the 19th of June, helping you to get unstuck, clarify your career direction. On the 26th, Jamie Beaulieu, finding your pathway to success. And if you went to Career Confidence, Louis Montgomery of Korn Ferry talked about the elements of a marketing plan in his presentation. All about clarifying strengths, determining your personal brand, information interviews, landscape analysis of potential employers, selling yourself. All of those speakers talked about those things. So marketing plan, we're all singing from the same hymn book. You got to figure out who you are. You got to sell it. You got to make sure that you're consistent in your marketing. You got to uncover those hidden jobs by research and networking. That's how you're going to find your job. And the marketing plan is just a very disciplined approach to this. It's not that novel or new. It's just a really good guide to help you get there and walk through each of the steps. So self-assessment of your brand. What skills do you offer? What do you do well? I moved those bullets and I didn't realize you had synced the appearance, so I apologize. What are your most compelling attributes? What do you do well that offers the most value to potential employers? What problems have you solved? What can they always expect to you? What makes you unique? So somebody with the same background and experience that you have, how do you stand out from those folks? What makes you unique? One of the things I recommend you do is to look at previous performance appraisals. You kind of forget the good things your boss will say. If you kept any of those, look at them. Go to your former colleagues or your current colleagues and ask them, what could you always count on me for? You'd be amazed at what they say. Things that you take for granted that you do well, it's like breathing to you. You don't think much of it because it comes so naturally easy to you. But it really makes you stand out. I asked a few people, and I was really surprised at what they told me. And it was very, very helpful. So it's important to see yourself through the lens of others. Ask your friends also. You'd be amazed in social situations where people count on you. My friends count on me to plan and organize events because that's what I do. I organize. They also count on me to cook because I love to cook. That's not relevant to the job search. So ask your friends, colleagues, family. You'd be amazed at what they say. It will be revelatory to you. I'm going to pause here. I've been talking a lot. Are there any questions so far? Yes?
Is it worthwhile asking for negative comments or things that, like friends or colleagues that say the things that you could work on? Or
I would ask them slightly different, so it's easier for them to say. I would ask them, what are the areas do you see are my growth areas? It's an easier question for people to answer. Yes?
Would you say that this approach that you're talking about for a marketing plan would also apply to, say, a government, looking for a government job, or there is a little different flavor to it?
I think it does. I think that I'm told that networking still helps government jobs because there are ways that they can get around some of the rules of the system to pick candidates. So networking your way into where you want to be is really helpful. So it's all about that. But you also have to know, I think it's absolutely relevant. You have to know what you bring to the table. It's unique and different because they're going to use their search engine on the job applications and stuff to pull out the keywords and things. But you have to be able to talk about that in a job interview and in your networking to get into things so that they look for you and look for your resume. So I think it's relevant to every job. Yes?
Yeah, in my profession, this is all very transparent. If you hand out a resume or you hand out a marketing plan to somebody that you know at lunch, it's considered very gauche and inappropriate. They know you're looking for a job. The question is, how do you get it to them without saying, I'm looking for a job? You have to look for a job without saying, I'm looking for a job. But they know because you're having lunch with them that you're looking for a job. So how do you get this stuff to them? And they know you anyway. They say, oh, we know all that.
Okay, I can. Marketing plan is really helpful when you're information interviewing with somebody you don't know, a contact that you've made. So if someone knows you, you may or may not want to give them your marketing plan. And I would argue that you do want to admit that you're looking for your next opportunity, that you're in transition, whenever you meet with someone. So I've not met an industry or profession where it's not a good idea to tell somebody you're looking for a job, but it may be because of my profession and industry and what I've been doing. You can always say if I know you're familiar with my work history or something, but if you want information, I have a marketing plan, I have a resume I can send you, and I would be happy to do so, let me know. But if you always ask, or is there someone else you know you think might be helpful to me in identifying opportunities, or helpful to talk about their career from whom I might learn. So you never leave an information interview or a lunch or a meeting with someone, a coffee, without asking for a reference for someone else. Yes?
Yes, one of the ways I addressed that when I was looking for a position was I would ask that person who knew me well, look, I really value your input. I'm working on this. Can you give me some feedback on what I have here? And that's a really subtle way to let them know that you're in the job market and they can give you valuable tips. And then at the end, always ask for the referrals. And I wouldn't just ask for one, I would ask for, 2 to 3 other people, because, if you call 3, maybe 4 people, you might get 1 or 2 who will meet with you.
Right, thank you. Very good. The other thing is that the people who are your first degree of contacts, it's often not those who are helpful to you, but who they refer you to, the second and third ones. And every job seeker I've talked to who successfully landed has pretty much said that same thing. So it's really important to ask for other contacts of people you can talk to. Yes?
Thank you. I have a question related to that. Most of the time I find people freeze up the minute I say, do you have any thoughts on who else I should speak to? Is there some? And it's almost without exception. I've been really surprised, different fields. Thinking back over the people I've talked to, I can think of maybe 3 instances where people had another name. But everyone else goes, and I know people who know thousands of people, so it's not as though they don't know. But how do you, it's like the brick wall in genealogy studies, you hit something and...
I would say if you think of somebody later, I'd be interested.
And I do that too.
Yeah. Anybody else have any tips? I mean, it's hard. I think people feel put on the spot.
That's like.
And they kind of freeze up, and you might, probe a little bit, saying, anybody else in this field or someone you used to work with? Tom, do you have a...
John.
John, I'm sorry.
One of the things that you can do is say, look, I'm looking to get some experience. I'm willing to help some people out. Are there some people that I would be able to work under to help them? And then if they feel like they're doing a favor for their friend, they're much less likely to be hesitant. It's also an issue about credibility. You have to make sure before you go for that ask that you build up some credibility with that person. Otherwise, it's going to be a much harder sell.
Good points, thank you.
I love the fact that you said help them too, because it isn't that you're threatening someone coming in here and looking to help.
Exactly.
Which is very important.
That's because Tom is my mentor.
Yes, Judy. The problem is also that a lot of people feel like they're only being asked when you're needed. You have to keep making sure that you keep your network. I started with the Census Bureau 20 years ago, but once a year I make sure everybody gets together, and then that's actually how I got into the government. I never filled out a KSA. They found out Gina was looking. They said, okay, make sure she's on the list when I applied. So that's all networking.
Yeah, networking isn't just one contact, it's keeping up those contacts.
And also make sure that when you do get a job, that you keep up with them.
And thank, every time you sit down with someone, you have a virtual coffee or a in-person coffee, send a thank you note. Doesn't have to be handwritten, but an email. Enjoyed our conversation today. Make sure that you express your appreciation of time, and make sure that you keep to the time limit. If they've said they have 20 minutes, keep to the time limit. They may enjoy the conversation so much they extend the time, but let them make that overture rather than you assuming that it's going so well, they've got more time.
And if the person helps you get a job, send them the certificate from Starbucks. So that they're you have to talk. It's all schmoozing, it's all kissing up ass, especially in DC. It's all in who you know.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, I work internationally, and a lot of this, what you're saying about keeping up with people and continuing to stay in touch, I find it to be extremely difficult because they're in about 50 different countries with about 10 different languages. But just recently, I pulled up all my old contacts and basically just put together something saying, this is my set of job skills or my marketing plan or whatever. I'm kind of looking for work, something like that. And I haven't been in touch with you for a long time. Please excuse the anonymity of this note. And somebody wrote me back and said, do you remember me? And I thought, do I remember her? She was my star when I was working in one country. And so a couple weeks later, I got letters from this organization in Washington saying, we've heard about you from so-and-so. Would you be interested in applying for this position? And I sent in, and I had a phone interview, and then I had an in-person interview. And it turned out that the woman that asked me if I had forgotten her had actually was going to be my boss. So the moral of the story is yes, network, and keep it up.
Did you send out by email or
Yeah, it was
LinkedIn?
by email. It was by email. Yeah, LinkedIn. I don't know. I mean, because LinkedIn, they're not going to look at it unless you call their attention to it.
Right.
I mean,
right.
and same thing with email. Unless you send the email to somebody, they're not going to answer. They're not going to just remember you.
Right, and a lot of LinkedIn profiles don't have emails, so you have to send an email from LinkedIn, and then you have to, because that the connection, if you don't have connections yet, it's so limited in number of characters that the in-mail is longer to be able to send an in-mail. So I passed out you found on your chair this. I'd like to take just a couple minutes for you to fill out what let's give it 3-4 minutes. So do some deep navel gazing quickly here and think about your unique skills.
Francine, do you want those to be hard skills, soft skills, does it matter?
Depends upon what your field is. So it could be hard skills if you're a programmer, it could be soft skills if you're in communication. It could be whatever is relevant for the kind of position that you're looking for.